Welcome to Maono Prayer Center, where petitions to the courtrooms of heaven are filed.
Hello, how are you? What is the impact of the fifth commandment in your life? Asked in another way, how does the fifth commandment affect you and your future? My name is Robinson Mukua from Maono Prayer Center, Nairobi, Kenya. You are commanded by God to honor your parents. This is, my friend, the only and only one commandment of the 10 which comes with 2 promises for you and your family. That is, if you obey, 2 things will happen. Number 1, that your days may be prolonged, or your days will be long on this earth. Number 2, that life may go well with you. Now, this commandment is mentioned to you in the Bible over and over and over again, both in the Old Testament and the New Testaments. Now, how you relate with your parents, my brothers and sisters, how you relate with your parents determine the kind of life that you are going to live for the rest of your life. That is the gospel truth. If you are honoring your parents, you are not doing them a favor, but you are doing it for the one who commanded you. That's your creator, your God. That then means that if you choose to disobey your parents or dishonor your parents, the case will be between you and the Almighty Father, the commander, the one who commanded you. And therefore, the rewards will be directly coming from above, not from your parents. The rewards of honoring or the rewards of dishonoring will be coming directly from him, your creator. Therefore, by obeying and honoring your parents, you will not only be doing yourself a favor, you will be preparing your future. And you will be doing yourself a favor and at the same time pleasing God, who gave those parents to you. Let me do a recap again. By obeying and honoring your parents, my brother and my sister, you will only be doing yourself a favor and blessing the Almighty Father in heaven. Why? Because you have honored this commandment. Brothers and sisters, parents are the people you did not choose. You didn't choose them. They didn't choose you. They're the people you'll never change and the people you'll live with until you die. Those are God's people, not yours. God gave them to you. Therefore, if you obey and honor them, then you should not do the following 10 things. Number 1, you should not talk about your parents inappropriately. Number 2, you should not neglect your parents when they get old. You should care what they eat, where they sleep. Number 3, you should not show them some contempt or look down upon them. Kwa Kiswahili, usiwaonyeshe madharau tafadhali wazazi wako. Number 4, you should not make fun of them like Ham did to his father Noah, as we read in the Bible, Old Testament. You should not make fun of them in any way at all. Number 5, you should not steal anything from them. All that they have is yours. So never ever steal anything from your parents. If you must steal, you better go out elsewhere and steal from there. Number 6, you should not laugh at them, in such a way that they look like your peers. No, don't laugh at your parents. Number 7, you should not gossip about them. Don't usitembeze kamushene kale kanahusu baba yako or mama yako. Don't you ever gossip about your parents at all. Number 8, you should not talk at each other with your parents. Talking at each other means don't argue with your parents. They are not your equal. Never ever argue or talk to each other, at each other. No. Number 9, you should not click, I mean, and walk away from them in protest when you are annoyed. Don't say, then you walk away in protest from your parents. You should not do that. Number 10, you should not put a wedge of rivalry or discord between your parents, between your mother and the father. Don't be the reason behind their quarrel. Do not separate what has put together. Do not cause the differences between your mom and your dad in such a way that they are not talking to each other because of you. Never ever. That's now the 10 don'ts. By nature, your parents are very patient people, very tolerant people with their children. But unfortunately, tolerance has got its limits. So once this limits is reached, is affected, is reached, the 5th commandment is broken. Once this limit of tolerance, once this limit of patience is reached or outdone, then the 5th commandment will be broken. This will then cause pain and anguish to your parents, who will act or exhibit and behave in a certain way. Now, the cries of your parents, after we have shortchanged them, the cries of your parents will subject you to the supernatural punishment. I told you the war is not between you and your dad or you and your mom. No, it is between you and God. Once you disobey, dishonor, frustrate your parent, it is the old man above, the commander, the one who commanded you, will punish you. So the cries of your parents will subject you or will put you at loggerheads to the supernatural punishment for breaking the 5th commandment with impunity. If you have broken the 5th commandment, my brother, my sister, there are 2 consequences of this sin you have committed. Either, the consequence is either your days will be short on this earth, or you live a long life full of unspecified and unknown afflictions and misfortunes. I repeat that one. Once you have gone against your parents, against God's commands, the consequence will be either your days will be shortened, or you live a long life full of unspecified or unknown misfortunes and afflictions here on earth. Now, question: what will trigger all these misfortunes upon your life? what will show you that now all is not, it's not good? Number one, it is the tears of your parents. The tears of your parents caused by you will put you at loggerheads with your creator in heaven, not your parents. The provoked tears of emotions, of anguish and bitterness flowing down the cheeks of your aged parents because of you will be corrosive to your life. The consequences of shedding those tears, those emotional tears of helplessness, both those tears which flow internally and those which flow outward. You know, men, your father will cry internally while your mom will see your tears flowing down her cheeks. Some of us men can cry tears. Physically, you see them flowing down our cheeks. Others, they flow in the inside. Those tears, my friend, are dangerous to you. Never, ever, ever shed your parents' tears of bitterness or whatever reason. Don't. Because they are corrosive to your life. They will affect you. Listen, you should rather see their nakedness instead of seeing their tears of sorrow provoked by you. You would rather see them naked instead of seeing their tears flowing down their cheeks because of you. It is that serious. Number two, what will show you that your Father in heaven is not happy? The mourning and the groanings of your parents will show you that your Father in heaven is not happy with you if you are behind that groanings and the mournings. Now, what is groanings? What do I mean by groanings? Groanings, this is a deep sound conveying great pain of despair and the grief which do not make any sense at all. They cannot be uttered by words. They cannot be verbalized in another way. They do not make sense, but they are full of pain. That sound, they are too deep for words to utter. Now, listen, the echo of this sound of despair and the pain from your parent will automatically activate the moral sensor in heaven. Let me repeat that one. The echo of this sound of despair, of the groanings of your father, which you have caused, the alarm will sound a signal to God that the fifth commandment has been messed around with. And then you will get your rewards accordingly. How? Which rewards? When? I don't know. Nobody knows. God knows. Number three, it is the stress of your parents. The stress of your parents. These days, brothers and sisters, the parents are dying early because of the children. That one needs no substantiation. It's true. Let me ask you, have you ever met someone on the road talking to himself, counting fingers? Have you ever met somebody on the road talking to himself, even counting fingers? Have you? That is a stress signal. That is the stress which we are causing our parents. They go, they walk on the road, they drive in their cars, murmuring things, counting. They can even get an accident on the road because of you, because of the stress. No, the guy has been thrown to a unique world, a world where he talks to himself, counting fingers, cannot understand. Please, John, Mary, please, I beseech you, do not cause your parents to talk to themselves, mumbling words which they don't make any meaning because of you. Please don't. Now, if you see this happening, then it should worry you. It should concern you. It should scare you to the bone marrow. It should cause you sleepless nights. Why? Because you have put yourself at loggerheads with your Creator in relation with your dad, your mom, meaning you have broken the 50 commandments, or causing your father stress. How do you cause your father stress? Do you know? If I start enumerating the stressors that we parents go through, I will need full stops and full stops. Number 4, at times you hear parents saying words of bitterness because of you. Let not your parents talk or speak or say words of bitterness because of you. Utterances like this one. I have never, ever eaten anything from Robinson since he got a job or since he got employed. I have never seen even a shirt from Gekomba, that second-hand shirt from Gekomba. I have never even seen 1 kilogram of sugar from Robinson since he got employed. If such statements made concerning you, then it means you have failed God. You have failed God's test on you, the test of caring for parents, the test of care, taking care. You have failed. If you don't care about your parents, what they eat, what they wear, and you are on gainful employment, then Robin, surely that should worry you. That should concern you. That should bother you. That should scare you. That should give you sleepless nights, man. Because your future is affected. Because your future is not promising. Because your children are not going to enjoy life. Because of you. They'll treat you the same way you're treating your dad. They treat you the same way you're treating your mom. Number 5. There's something which I want to talk here, and I want to be very careful. The saliva which we speak, and anyhow, anywhere, anytime, can be very dangerous to you if they're spoken from your father or your mother. That if there's spat from your mother because of you, if there's spat from your father because of you. Let me tell you this. Monica, George, your parents should not spit his saliva on the ground as he mentions or she mentions your name in bitterness because of you. It goes like this. John, Robinson. You now have the audacity to throw hard-hitting words of abuse to me. You have the audacity to abuse me as if I'm your son. Then his spirit started spitting of saliva on the ground because of frustrations and stress and bitterness caused by you will amount to unspoken curse from your parents. Something you should be worried about. Something you should be concerned about. Something which should bother you. Don't allow your parent to spit down because of bitterness you have caused him. Because of the anger you have caused him. Maybe you have abused him. Maybe you have done something bad. Don't you do that. Don't you ever do that. Cause your parent to spit you down. Number 6, what other feature from your parent that you see and then realize that all is not well with you? Children are the major cause of ulcers in most parents today. That's true. You can take that to the bank. The ulcers which parents have these days, most of them emanate from their children. Please make sure that your parent does not lose appetite, have sleepless nights, and consequently develop some ulcers because of you. Causing your parents sleepless nights and ulcers should worry you, should scare you, even up to the bone marrow. Now, let me finish by saying this. Let me give you a parting shot. Parents, my dear brothers and sisters, are not here to stay forever. That you know. Even you die one day. Parents are not here to stay forever. If at all you're survived by your parents, if they are alive, thank God. Please treat them with respect, with patience, and love. Treat them with respect, patience, and love. Purpose and diarize to call them regularly. I know some of us forget to call our parents. You say they're okay. They're the ones who calls you wherever you are. So one day, another parent approached me, told me, hey, my children never call me unless I do. Then I told her, hey, do you know what? The cow which cries for the calf, and not vice versa. The cow, you know, when it wants to be milked, or when she wants to be milked, she's the one who cries for the calf, and not vice versa. You'll never hear a calf say "ma" that it wants to breastfeed. It's the cow which cries for the calf. So that's beside the point. What am I saying? I'm saying, please purpose and diarize. Purpose and diarize. Call your parents regularly. Visit them, yeah, with something in your hand. Don't go there barehanded. Don't visit your parents barehanded. So purpose and diarize to call them regularly and visit them with something in your hands. Don't finish 1 year before you go, unless you stay in far places. You are in Nakuru and your parents are in Njoro and you don't go there for the whole year. Really? When you go visiting at South Coast, Mombasa, wherever, you know, Dubai, but your mother who is next door, you have never seen her. So visit them with something in your hands and make it regular. Now, do them a favor by taking the grandchildren for them to spoil. You know, that is their calling. Take them, your grandbabies, their grandbabies, I mean, your children, to want to spoil for a day or two, you know? So visit them. Brothers and sisters, the most beautiful thing on this planet Earth is to see your parents smiling and knowing that You are the reason behind that smile. I repeat again. Brothers and sisters, the most beautiful thing on this planet Earth that we are living in is to see your parents smiling and knowing that that smile is because of you, or that you are the reason behind that smile. There's nothing so sweet like that one. Nothing so sweet like that one. God bless you as you take care of your parents. Shalom.